Atlanta's police chief speaking publicly for the first time today about the case of Treasure McWeay, a 4-year-old girl who starved to death inside her father's West Atlanta duplex unit.
An investigation by the Fox 5i team detailed how multiple Atlanta police officers had been called to the home by child welfare workers, but never took steps to get past the father's front door. I-team reporter Johnny Edwards was at a city council committee meeting today where a city councilman had some pointed questions for the chief on this. Johnny?
Well, Russ and Courtney, since we started looking into this case more than a year ago, Chief Darin Schierbaum has declined to take any of our questions, but he couldn't ignore questions today that came during an open meeting.
You have my commitment, Councilmember, to keep enhancing this so no child is ever caught in the bureaucracy or those unique gaps that may be created by government organizations.
Atlanta's police chief telling the city's elected leaders today why what happened to 4-year-old Treasure McWeay won't happen again.
Very tragic on Treasure McWeay. Yeah. Something that I take very personal as a chief.
Before Christmas 2023, Treasure died a slow death inside her father's squalid duplex unit near Adamsville, with police often right outside her door. The girl and her brothers removed from that unit by child welfare workers the previous summer, but then allegedly snatched away from their mother by their father and taken back to the same mold-infested unit.
He strong-armed her, pushed her out, and stole the car with the kids.
Multiple times, DFACS asked Atlanta police for help finding the children. A Fox 5i team investigation turned up body camera video of officers responding to calls at the home, but doing the bare minimum. This sergeant never got out of his car.
Even if, say, we knock on the door and the kids are in there, there's nothing at all we can do.
The I-team reported last week how the sergeant and 4 officers received light discipline over the case, 2 receiving written reprimands, 3 oral admonishments. This officer dispatched more than an hour and a half after a 911 call, rapping on the door with his baton, then about 40 seconds later, walking away. APD later told the I-team that it would make improvements to its working relationship with the State Division of Family and Children's Services. Chief Darin Schierbaum pressed for details on that policy change by Councilman Michael Julian Bond.
One of the things that bothered me about Treasure's case was that
was one of the contributing factors to Treasure's cases, is at the time from when the call was made to when the officer arrived, and the quality of the information that was being provided on both sides.
Now, the chief says, calls from DFACS are dispatched almost immediately. Since that change in February of last year, he said APD has received 147 calls from DFACS.
The average response time from the time that the 911 call is made till the officer is standing with the DFACS worker is 35 minutes, which gets us there very, very quickly.
The chief also described additional training and how he's in regular contact with the DFACS commissioner. These policy changes aside, our investigation into this case found Treasure might have been saved if APD had followed its own policies at the time, such as handing the case to the Special Victims Unit, which would have had a duty to take, quote, immediate action. The chief said another change, Russ and Courtney, making sure SVU gets plugged in very early.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to imagine the fact that there were so many opportunities when someone could have gone in and seen what had been going on. But did the chief say why their internal investigation took an entire year to complete?
I would love to have asked him that, but he wouldn't take our questions afterward. He walked away and declined to take any questions. But yeah, as I read the policy, it should have been done in 90 days unless they request extensions. But this took about roughly 12 months. So it's a mystery.
Well, some of these young people are so vulnerable, and the adults need to look out for them. There's no two ways about it.
That's right, or else no one will.
All right, Johnny, thanks.
Thank you.